Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another mukbang. You can already kind of see what's going on. What's going on is that we're eating the leftover fried chicken. We're putting it into the microwave. You can hear microwave going on because that chicken was not cooked. It was not cooked properly. However, our gravy is a feeling, yeesh, cold as fuck. Basically, the only thing that cooked were those fries. How we doing today? Sorry, I had to pop in those bad boys, which is gravy. Anyway, friends, by the way, I love KFC, but it was better yesterday. Sorry. It's still really fucking good. How you guys doing? I'm sorry, I'm very hungry. Went on a binge yesterday. Had a couple of beer too many. Hey. It happens. It was good though. My name fries. The experience is weird because yesterday we did the mukbang in public, and it was almost better than this one. Right? It's fucking delicious. It's actually pretty nice. Honestly. I'm sorry. So yeah, so we went on a bender yesterday. And you know, your boy. I'm fucking hungry, boys and ladies. And in between. In the outer box. I don't fucking know anymore. And I know I talked about it a bit yesterday. But your boy has a couple of drunk. There's Happy Hing drunk. Was laughing, was giggling. There's this cannot stay place drunk ink. Horrible maybe. Chicken's ready. There you go. Now you have to understand that this is smelling delicious, but this is a 1.5. I got a very small table. Not the best presentation, but what can I do? Nice gravy over here. Now, I was saying, let's go on an adventure. Inky is an asshole. And why is she an asshole? Well, drunk Inky, a runner, adventurer, has to run. Doesn't care where, he has to run. And the issue with this version of me, this drunk version of me, this is delicious though. I was good yesterday, but still. And, it's just too good. The problem with this guy is he believes that his friends are gonna come and follow him in an adventure. Why not? We're going on an adventure. Who doesn't want to go on an adventure in life? Well, I'm telling people. Turns out. And then you have, this is too hot, so let's wait a bit. You have the drunk Inky. Drunk Inky, him? Dude. Drunk side Inky? He's a poet. Now, why do I go from one to another? I don't know. Yesterday, we started with drunk Inky, happy Inky, celebrating his first outdoor mukbang to a very and it's head very tinkative. I think that's the word. Is it? Thank you. And that one. Oh. I went a little falling out with yesterday. No, why I think is because of the situation at work. Right? Yesterday at work, they were serving a fucking nice meal. I'm gonna try tomorrow. A smaller mukbang. But people were mad at me because I didn't eat. When what I did, oh my god, I got called selfish for wanting to pull my shit. Then I wasn't. What I did was not selfish at all. I could come here. Yeah. This is the part where you meet asshole Ing. Nice to meet you. I could come here. I already have to sit at work. Lie. And say, oh, my first time trying. I could do that. Nobody would know better. But the issue with that is I need 2 portions. Because although I love making videos and I love people at work, I'm not about to separate a video in 2 to please everybody. And that is the subject of today's video. People pleasing. Or not. I like to think I'm a good guy. I like to think that I try my best to be nice. Well, I went to this rant yesterday on my whole about how why is my YouTube not working? Right? Well, a part of it. It's delicious. Part of it is very weird, and it's so inclined with yesterday. Is the fact that okay, sorry, I'm more thoughtful about eating than talking. But why my YouTube channel not working? Well, part of me understand that there's this process, right? Part of me understand that there is this waiting, and oversaturated the market is. Oversaturated. What are they? There's oversaturated. I don't know if there's undersaturated. Why isn't there undersaturated? And why does it matter? Well, it matters because the more saturated the market is, the more competitive it is. Arguably, the content I make is created content. Created content is, I'm not trying to please the masses. Understand my content, the product I put out there, and then for everybody. I understand that, but what could I do? So I was thinking, well, if I change, I could do clips. I could do like smaller video. I could do like a edit montage of video games. But on the other end, Shakar, I believe that if you're gonna show your life on YouTube, you have to show the good and the bad. Now, if you edit the good, you're lying because life is not always good. If you edit the bad, and kind of creating drama, you got sympathetic views, situations that are horrible. And then I could be making the content that change the content I'm making, but then again, the content I'm making for now, if I wanted to, I don't know in 2 years what I want to do. I don't even know what next month I want to do, but I know I'm gonna be making videos. I'm sorry. Big jump in quality from yesterday. Yesterday when it's fresh, ooh baby. Ooh baby. It's still very good, but hey yo, the girl she hooked me up, bro. I was complaining about the small PSA. In fact, I have small pieces of skin and fucking fried chicken skin. She hooks your boy up. Yeah, so the content I'm making, is the content I want to make. Now, if I was to change that to please the masses, it'd be like selling out. Like we were talking about yesterday with that dear avocado. Mention Mrs. Avocado. Mrs. for Mrs. Pickle. If you know, you know. No. And in sort of fashion, this is cool because you're pleasing people. And maybe your idea of what content should be is flawed. Maybe the fact that you're so stubborn, because I'm a very stubborn person, is stopping you from seeing that, hey, go out of your comfort zone. Do like a mukbang in the outdoor. Yesterday. But, yeah. I'm like, wait a second. This is conforming. The whole concept of the channel is to be yourself. Unconformity or not. Right? Now I dropped 2 napkins. Which means I got Butterfinger. Oh, you heard me fart. And a piece of cheese. Very good too. Then I had a problem with that because the problem I had was I can deal. And I know this is going to sound extremely selfish, extremely I'm taking shit for granted. No, I'm not. I was in a bad headspace. And this is me being honest with you guys. It's a drunk ID. But it's a drunk ID that's sober safe. Oh, sober inky. Fuck, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Delusion. And that's... I can deal with making content. And it's not popular. As long as I make content that I love. Imagine selling out and it doesn't work and you sold out for nothing. Now, do I believe you should sell out for something? No. Do I believe that you should sell out at all? No. But in the cases where you had to sell out, then you might as well, if you're in the obligation of selling out, you might as well sell out for something called prosperity. If I had a kid and he had to feed himself, and I had to feed that freaking baby, I had to buy him a diaper or her diaper. I mean, dude, of course I want a young boy to take over the mental of the family when I'm old and not able to do anything. Which is another subject we should talk about. But keep focused. If I had to sell out for them, then of course I would. But for now, I'm in the very unique position where I have a job, it's paying well, and that is a pleasure to have, because if this video doesn't work, it's always tomorrow, it's always next week, it's hopefully next month, it's hopefully next week, year. Never know. And all of that give me the extreme capacity to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not reliant, I'm not reliable on this as a way to feed myself. We're eating good, baby. Not thanks to this. No. What was I gonna say? I did another video called need versus priority. Want versus priority. I did a video on that. I think it was a mukbang. When I talk about my needs be met for videos, my wants, my needs being met with work, my wants being met by videos, right? I did talk about that. And it goes to show that, I did that. And that's what I'm doing right now. But yesterday, I'm going every fucking places, but there's a goal in mind. And welcome to the finish line. We're far from finished. I still have like 4 or 5 pieces. Small pieces, but pieces. And this is where the video was supposed to go from the beginning. The fact is, yesterday, it hurt my feeling. Because I was literally called an asshole. And it's not because I had a friend at work who was super supportive of the video. He was like, yeah, push it. And yesterday, it was just like, take food. You disappointed people. And yeah, maybe I did. But yeah, I think there's an undertone, there's an underline. I don't know. I'm a people pleaser. What I did there? It was subject to the video. And then yesterday, I had to get drunk. I'm fucking honest with myself. And it turns out, lo and behold, that's possibly the reason why it doesn't work. Because this is not a priority. Right? And we did a video on, again, wants and needs. So this is normal, that's not a priority. But this is not even number 2. And then, I found a note this morning. A drunken note. Hard to read. But your boy read it. Who else is here yesterday? Nobody. But it's ever here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. This chicken's amazing though. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't even know where we were. Yeah, so yesterday, understanding of the people pleaser, right? And how hard it is. I mean, I'm not being a people pleaser, but it hurt my feeling yesterday when somebody that's super like, he likes to promote my video and then he called me like, selfish, right? And I was like, holy shit. It's okay. There's seconds you don't have to be involved. It's okay, but when you're involved, sucks. And it bothers me a lot because technically, I understand my people pleaser. I understand that, but what if the reason this doesn't work? Because YouTube wasn't a priority. Maybe I'm repeating myself, but I just don't know where I was. So again, work, I've mentioned in my needs and priority, of course, or in my needs and wants, sorry. Of course, work can be there. It's going to be for work to be number 1. And then number 2, so was YouTube. No. Is pleasing people. Number 4. Turns out it's not YouTube either. It is me, as I said multiple times on this channel, different videos, being unaware of social norm. Because I'm a very, I like having my space, my bubbles. And ultimately, this results in 2 things. The first being, YouTube is a 4. And YouTube as a 4 means that it sucks. I feel bad about this because I feel like I'm an asshole, but YouTube being 4, I think my perception of YouTube, of content creation, if it was number 4, that means it's very low on the list. If it's number 4, then I realize that me pleasing my family, my friends, although very noble, and I go crazy, I go fucking nuts, and I ask myself, are people doing the same effort I am? Because for them it's easier, right? Since they're more social. And then I go into a dark path where I realize that they're not. I have a friend I say no to this week. I'm not feeling because she's a good friend and I love her, you know. But she's very self. I don't think she realized she's very self-serving. For example, she'll ignore my text, but when she needs something or to play a game, then she did my text, she did my life, right? Which I'm grateful for, but it seems self-serving. Her boyfriend just started TikTok. I don't really got through them. I mean, sharing a story about her boyfriend TikTok promoting, and I think it's fantastic. I would love to have in my life, but do I tell her that she's actively hurting the brand by being too persistent? Do I tell her that by her not being on IG for months, almost a year, man, people eventually don't care. It's funny. On Twitch, I had an amazing number. I had 10, 12, 13 people in chat. And then I took 2 weeks off. I had COVID. And then people stopped coming up. And now I'm lucky if I barely get 3. And that's life. It's okay. But people don't care. And do I tell her that she's learning the brand? Or do I realize that her wanting to help the boyfriend, wanting to be a good girlfriend, is actually more important than simple views? Right? And it is. It is. If you believe that you're helping somebody, it brings you a joy. A feeling of self-worth. And I feel it's important to chase. At the end of the day, if you don't have self-worth, you need validation. And validation, you can find it in the wrong places. Wrong places. Talking about that on the office review. Not long ago. It's crazy how things are changing. And I have another friend. With her, she's been a friend for years. For years. I want to say 8 years, possibly. Bro, she's been through thick and thin. She's always been loyal. She's always been chill with me. Right? But her, majority of the time, when she's gonna text me, she's not gonna ask, how are you? And she's autistic. Maybe she doesn't understand that's not polite. And it's like because at the end of the day, she falls in love like every single week with a new guy. And after the first date, she'll fall in love. Which, good for her. Love is an amazing feeling. But you're getting hurt, and who's picking up pieces? Me. I don't mind picking the pieces, but not every week. And I know this is selfish. This is very selfish, and I feel bad saying this. I feel like a fucking monster, actually. But at the same time, I'm realizing that, dude, you're making the same mistake. I'm enabling you to make the mistake by saying, oh, it's going to be okay. And me repairing your feelings is enabling you to, next week, go ahead and break them again. And although I don't mind being her friend, this takes time. Like last week, she called me and she was crying. And I'm sorry, I need a napkin. She called me for like 2 hours talking about a boyfriend. And she was crying the whole time. And I felt horrible. But I had to go sleep. Because the next day I was working. I had to go sleep because the next day I wanted to get up very early so I make the content before I go to work. But I know that making content before going to work is better. Because I'm less tired. You make me feel like an asshole because I'm putting my want and desire before yours. But if you're calling me every week and saying, a different guy broke your heart, in a sense, you're putting yourself in this situation. You know? And it sucks because I feel self-ashamed, but this is something that's going on my mind. The dude the dude, oh, fuck. I seem like such an asshole. Sacrament. The dude who, last week, Friday last week, I was very sad. I was very, very sad. And the reason for that was because I wasn't allowed to film at work. And I know it's baby. I know it's fucking immature. It's sensitive as fuck. I just told about a person who was crying too much, and I wasn't crying, but I was sad. But little thing. But ultimately, this is a little thing that I've been doing for 10 months, which is everyday meal. And immediately I miss a couple days. But most of the time I do it. And you're just going to be like, yo, because I want it, you're not going to be able to do that. You're allowing it for 10 plus months. But you're not allowing it because you're not happy. And I was sad about it. And the person, again, it's one of my Filipino friends. And usually, like, there's a couple of Filipino guys at work. And it's nice because they're always having each other's back. They're having this little group, and it's always, oh, us first, us first. They care about each other, which is phenomenal. But then the other guys at work are, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. The Filipinos are gonna help each other out. Then the other guys are mad at the Filipinos because they're saying, yo, we're all a team. Don't just protect so it all started from one of the trouble. You guys remember I talked to you about a guy who, I was at work and he was very violent, and he brought me threat a couple times, right? I'm speaking French, I'm sorry. Very unstable. And he was like, oh, I'm seeing racism a lot against the Filipino. And he said, oh, I would have liked I told him, talk to it with me, with the boss. The guy said, okay, I'm going to do it. He talked to the guys. Now, I didn't ask what he said, because I was like happy that. So I got to the boss, and he was saying, okay, well, guess what? It's fixed. Apparently, this guy asked for a raise, but only for the Filipinos. Like $1 raise for only the Filipinos, which admittedly, there's 3 Filipinos at work, and 2 of them are working in the hardest department. Admittedly, they deserve it. But the fact that you're asking only for a group of people makes it seem extremely selfish. And the worst thing is, at work, we have a lot of Romanian. We have one Moldovan. But Moldova and Romania are neighbors. So, them two, they're forming a group. And they're getting mad at the Filipinos for always having each other's back. But they're doing the same thing. It's just less obvious. It's just less transparent. Right? And I'm Quebecois. I'm Montrealer. I don't belong in any single group. So there's, on this one side, there's a Filipino. On the other side, there's European. There's me. It's alone. There's an Asian from IT. It doesn't belong there. But him, since he's more quiet, people leave him alone. Me, I'm very vocal. I'm present. I'm a guy that takes space and a place, which is my choice, of course. But then, it's tough because, again, I feel without being left out, I don't feel like I belong. So what I do is I focus on work. When you tell on YouTube and videos, and when you tell me I cannot film in YouTube and videos, well, the problem with that is YouTube and videos are one of the way I escape from that feeling of not belonging, right? It's an escape. It's a mental escape. If I'm busy with YouTube, I'm not thinking about how I don't belong. I was very sad about that, and my best friend in the place, my best friend in life, actually, I was sad, and he asked me what's up, and I didn't want to involve him, so I said, don't worry about it, because if he gets involved, then people are going to be giving him shit too. I said, don't worry about it. But then, I realized I was being selfish, because maybe my feelings, maybe the way I feel, is more important to him than getting in trouble. And I feel like I took a decision for his place. That's not cool. So I started talking to him. This is another Filipino who says, hey, come here. The guy just left in the middle of me expressing how I feel. And admittedly, you expressing how you feel as a person is very heavy. It's very, not a pleasant situation. And I understand that. I can relate to that. Having a friend who constantly talks about her broken heart. And, you know, it sucks because I understand where you're coming from, but then again, the guy came back and he apologized, and I appreciate the apologies. But you still left in the middle of me expressing myself, you know? Then I realize that you're putting other people, that the guy who's telling me I'm selfish for wanting to film a video about work, but has its own priority. And when I'm having my priority, I'm being told that's not cool. You know, I've been putting so much effort into making people happy, as a people pleaser. Then I have the other girl in the DMs, and she's, like I said, she not necessarily self-serving. That was a wrong word, wrong expression. That was pretty mean. But she's putting her own value in place. And there's two reasons for that, because possibly that's the best thing to do. Then secondly, because I allow it, I don't talk, right? And then my excuses for her are maybe the fact that she's helping her boyfriend is more important than helping a friend, which makes a lot of sense. Maybe those people at work are... That's what I have to do. I'm putting in so much effort into people pleasing. And a big worry of mine is, do I make somebody feel good? Am I a good person? Did I make them happy? And then I realized that I don't have time for YouTube and the videos. And admittedly, it's me choosing over videos or my people at work. But when my father called me and said, hey, my father... Fuck. I'm gonna be like such an asshole. Maybe I'm the wrong person here. My father is retired, and every single week, he wants me to come over, but I'm 30 years old. Every single week, he tells me, hey, why aren't you having a girlfriend? Where's my grandkids? Admittedly, I understand this fear. He's getting older by the second, and he has less time than me. And one day it's going to be too late for me to have kids, right? Now the problem with that is by having me every single week, I'm spending time with you, which is amazing, but this time I could be spending it with people, right? On YouTube, meeting people. And then you realize that he doesn't necessarily understand that the time that I'm spending on him is more valuable to him than me. And I was talking about valuable time, valuable in things. I do love my dad. I absolutely love my dad. I think he's I'm very lucky to have him as a father. I didn't say he was one of the best fathers, but what are my other experiences? Right? And then, oh shit. And then, I feel like that's with him. And I'm not afraid to tell him, that I have to do something. That I'm busy. That I'm doing this. But people I barely know for work, I'm going to put them in front of my dreams. And it should be the other way around, putting my father in front of my dreams. Right? I have no problem saying no to people I care about, but people I don't care about, I have a hard time saying no because I want to please them. What is fucked up? It's a fucked up relationship. It's a fucked up symbiotic relationship, a parasitical relationship where their hatred, their comment, their negativity is affecting me in a way that I kind of crave it, in a way that if everything is going well, I'm uncomfortable because I think that something wrong is going to happen soon. And I'd rather know what is something wrong is. I'd rather people be negative around me than somebody that I think is my friend be negative, right? And it fucking pissed me off because the reason why I don't think it's working. So again, I was talking about YouTube. I was talking about how me putting it on fort and not putting it as a priority is possibly the reason why it's not working out. And although admittedly I'll never know, it's hard to understand the exact reason, but it's tough. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. But in this case, I need an answer. And I'm not getting that. I don't know. It's hard situation. It's really hard. Because what is the option over here? Do I become selfish and just focus on YouTube and forsake my relationship at work, my friendships? And sorry, put a foot back in the microwave. You know, I don't know what to do. I know my name is In Vendetta, but I'm not the kind of guy who holds vendetta. I don't hang out in the Continental. Playing John Wick, although that'd be nice. When are they coming out with a John Wick video game, by the way? But there's things I can let go of. For example, that guy from work who mid-sentence went to his friend. I don't hold any grudge against him, though I know that he's my best friend there, and even then, he's when I was in depression for 2.5 months, 2.5 months, 2 months and a half. He didn't text me once. Now, admittedly, I didn't text him, right? This is on me. Of course, it's on me, but doesn't mean a simple "Hey, bro, you good?" would have not been nice. You know? And maybe I'm biased because I'm trying to be this nice guy. I'm trying to give time to people. Yet, those people, for example, on Instagram, I'm gonna DM people. Most of the time, I'm gonna get sent. I'm gonna be left on scene. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have time to talk, you have time to talk. Maybe I'm being pushing the conversation. But then, that's friendship. You talk. This is how you maintain friendship. You talk. And it sucks because I'm putting in so much effort into when those people, they need my help, when they need to listen, I'm there. You know? How many streams did I do that I had to leave because I was talking to somebody? And it does sucks. It sucks a lot because I don't know what to do. And that's why being an outdoorsy kind of person is hard. Because you're in a situation where you don't know what to do. When you're facing a problem alone, when you're facing a situation you can handle on your own, then the only variable in this equation is you. You're the base number. You're the addition, multiplication, division. You're the second number, and you're the solution. It's simple. You can do whatever the fuck you want when you're alone. When you're people, you have to maintain their feeling intact. And we're so, it's too hot. It's not gonna eat. It's really hot. Maybe I'm full anyway, so fuck it. I'm gonna force myself because I don't like to waste food, and this is really good food. So, you know, I'm putting so much effort, and we're always talking about how do I get here? How did I get to the top? What are my sacrifices? What did I want to do? What are the moments I cared about? What is the trial and triumph I had to success? We don't think about how we got here negatively, what got me here in a state of mind, what hurt me, what scarred me into being the way I am. And when I was younger, very young, I talked to you guys about being called ugly a lot, being called a shitty person. Not a shitty person per se, but being called ugly and boring, and it gets to you. And as every single human being, I look for love in the wrong places. One of those wrong places was with a girl, and that girl, she was a bitch. She was a bitch, dude. She was mean to her family. Admittedly, she came from a family of people that didn't work. Now, I understand that if you have a family of people that didn't work, and they're always constantly borrowing you money, it's annoying. But calling your own mother fucking worthless, it's rough. Yeah, I would never do. And she would treat me like shit. She'd say, "Oh, you're fat. You need to exercise." But she was fat too. And that person, I spent a year talking to, and there was another person there too. Back then, I wasn't working. He was, again, I looked for it in the wrong relationship. I looked for girls that were kind of easier, and those girls that were easier, the only thing I had to do was being there. By being there and listening to them, I felt like I was loved. I felt like I belonged. I felt like they cared. Right? I was listening. And the only relationship that I kept was with the girl that was talking about the breaks up. And I spent so much time. And oh, I'm thinking about two girls in particular. Two girls in particular. They don't watch this, so Kelly and Joanie were both girls that demand a extreme amount of, what should we call it, attention, and I don't mind giving that attention. But admittedly, I was this dude who didn't want to talk the whole day. I was this dude that had that. I was young. I was 21, and I never had those conversations. I never had those basic understanding of what a friendship is and social battery and all the intricacy of being sociable. Because I had my video games and that's all I care about. And then those peeps, they were. I just realized that this is a water company. Look at the number, 666 Somebody fucking loves six, or 66, the number of the devil, which basically is 7. Never mind. But sorry for the fart. It really sucked because those people they really took out a lot of me. And immediately, whenever I have a friendship or relationship, I think about those moments of days talking. Those people, I would talk to them. You wouldn't answer for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. And like a fucking idiot, I had to wait because if they texted me and I didn't reply back immediately, I would get in trouble. Those two girls were the same. They were different physically. They were different and interested and cared about, but in their dependency of affection, they were the same. And that took a lot. That took a lot of me, a lot out of me. And today, I feel like I don't maintain friendship because I'm afraid of having to, what am I call it? Having to care about people. And I do care about people, it's not it, but there's people that you have to care about. There's people that you don't have to care about. For example, there's just my neighbor who borrow weights but don't give them back. My weights in my gym. And I want to be a nice neighbor. I want to care about the guy. So I say nothing. And when I do get them back, I say, oh yeah, I want to give them back to you. Bullshit. And on the other hand, I had a friendship with a guy, and we were a really close friends. I'm gonna be a dad soon, so congrats on that. But in their friendship, it was always about self-promotion. Always. I had a depression, and I know I said that a couple of times, but that really fucked me up. I was going through a depression, and the guy, the same day, it was in my text on my phone, and saying, "Yo, you wanna what should I call it? You wanna talk about it?" It was caring, and that was nice, but then the same evening, he's self-promoting a song, and I understand the song importance. I understand that, but isn't that better? I think so. And I understand the need to promote, but I just told him I need space. Because for 3 days in a row, in my depression, I was constantly self-promoting. We didn't talk for 3 months. 2 months, sorry. And in those 2 months, the first thing he said, he self-promoted. And then I blocked him. I was tired. And then, there's this him even texted me. Stop promoting his song. Like a piece of shit. There's this I like this Matt Rife guy. I think he's funny. One of my favorite comedian right now. He has a number how um there was this girl, right? I don't know her name. And she was talking about how not being friends with your ex were red flags. And it's funny because in that exact situation there was no context. But then you listen to one of Matt Rife's number, and that number is about him wanting his girlfriend to block an ex, because as a man he understands that. Sorry, I have to go to get some water. And sorry, I got myself some water. It's funny because while I was getting myself some water, I received a text. Well, I did take a text from my dad, but we can talk about it later, because that's something to do with this podcast exactly. This mukbang exactly. And Matt Rife, he was talking about how, in the video I saw, the video that made me know him, he was like, yo, I just want you to block your ex, how, during the whole relationship, right? And she was talking to this friend, and she didn't want to block him, and she had all of those reasons for blocking him. And when they break up, him and his ex, she blocked him with no hesitation. And he just said that was easy. And then when you look at it, he's right. He's not wrong. Being like, okay, wait, what the fuck, where does this come from? Where does this opinion come from? And then, I'm going to this number, he addresses that, and how friends in the DM, you know that this guy is trying to get his girl. And you know that's flirting. It doesn't seem like flirting, but it seems like flirting. Like, okay, that's what you say now. It's so hard to be sociable. You meet all of those people, and a lot of people that are, there's more good people in this world than bad people. But since bad people, you're gonna be more focused on what's bad that happened to you than what's good that happened to you. Because what's good that happened to you, I'm gonna change. This looks like a lot of food. Then maybe it's a question of perception. There you go. That's nothing. All we have to do is finish this, and we're good for today. I'm already full, but hey, we're fucking soldier. We're more focused on the bad experience, so whatever good experience we have are quickly overshadowed by the bad experience. Doesn't matter how good that experience was. If you had a shitty day in a week, then the day you're gonna be remembered is that shitty day. Right? There was this. My dad texted me, and my dad is a very funny fucking way. He has access. I told him my YouTube channel. And again, it's gonna sound convoluted. It's gonna sound like I'm taking for granted. It's gonna sound like a fucking asshole. But he has access to my YouTube channel. And he's always saying, oh, come over. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You don't know what I'm doing because you don't pay attention. I'm giving you the option of knowing what I'm up to. I'm giving you the option of knowing. Bro, you guys have to understand this. Everything I'm doing, every single meal I eat, I film it. Every single task I have, I film it. Every single stream I do, I film them. Every single time I play a video game, I film it. The only time you don't know what I'm doing is when I'm doing clips. When I'm at work, I'm not allowed to film anymore. But guess what? We have these. We have these. What do you think? Where do you think I had the time to watch this? Or this? Or even this? Maybe this? Wait, were you talking about this? Were you talking about all the fucking notes I take? I go to work, I listen to music, I listen to podcasts. I can't listen to music anymore because I don't have the time to listen to music. I have to watch videos of shows or audiobooks. I can do a review. You know, every single time. Like people, I understand if I wasn't giving news, but there's news out there. You just choose not to watch them. And I don't care if he doesn't watch, but the problem I don't care if he doesn't watch my channel again. The problem I'm facing is he's gonna text me. I don't understand. I don't fucking understand. He's gonna text me, hey, brunch, Sunday, tomorrow. And if I say no, oh, priorities. Oh, ink. You're not doing anything. And to him, it seemed like me that's refusing. But if you're coming from a place where you chose for me that I was going to be there for you, then that doesn't make any sense. You don't consult me if I'm free. Then when I'm not free, when you text me a day before, and it's 2 o'clock afternoon, my dad texted me right now, and my dad texted me right now, and it's like, yo, you're gonna come tomorrow at 9:30. I don't mind coming. I got shit to do. What I do mind, didn't ask. Immediately, if he asked, I would have been like, no, I'm busy. So maybe that's his way of, maybe he understands that if he doesn't force it upon me, I won't come. Right? But then you're like, fuck, you're pushing me. And my father was mad at me for not going to my uncle's birthday. Right? You saw it on the stream. I called him, everything. He was mad at me for not coming. But every single time he goes there, they have this. This is my cousin, so I feel bad talking about it. But they have my cousin. She's nuts. She's rude. She's bipolar. So, and my aunt, she's kind of dealing with Alzheimer right now. So it's not a good time over there. It's not a good time. And it's not like I choose to flee. But if every single time you go there and you tell me how shitty it is, and you say that, oh, you should come, I'm not gonna go. Every time you go there, you complain. You understand? Yeah. Maybe my priorities are a big mix. Maybe my priorities are not in a good place. But in the end, it's not like I'm fucking doing drugs. It's not like I'm fucking doing whatever I want. It's not like I'm showing. I'm doing something that you could reprimand me for. I'm working. It's not because you don't believe that this is a job. Not because you don't believe that this is somehow a workplace. It's not because of that. It necessarily doesn't mean that it is. It's not because there's no pay that there's no work. Want to know the truth? I haven't streamed lately. Because when I come back from home, and I have 2 pages of work to do, of review to do, and I know that's going to be hard, I'm not down to do it. I love doing reviews, but I'm not down because I know it's a lot of work. So I procrastinate, knowing that I have to do this tonight, otherwise I'm going to forget. And then when I finally do it, there's no time left for streaming. And if there was time left, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. My father doesn't understand the time and work it takes to make those videos. He assumes. And that's fine if you want to assume. But then don't fucking come to me and say, hey, you don't care. Because I do care. And it sucks because it's all about those relationships that you have to keep. Right? And I was talking about how those relationships fucked me over because I only made some good people. Right? And then it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to have my guard up because I met so many shitty people. And this guy at work, about 2 years ago, asked me for money. And every single time I pass money to somebody, I never get paid back. Because I'm a nice guy. I'm going to take advantage of that. I told him no. I'm not comfortable with lending money. And then he had a problem with that. He said, you don't trust me. I tell him, no, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust people with money. And then another guy came in and asked for money. And after that, later on, I learned that the first guy that was going against him might up lending him money. So he talked to another guy and said, hey, ask him money. I want to see if the guy has a problem with me. The guy being me. So I told him no. And then, still to this day, I've already called me cheap. But understand that I had a boss, not this boss, another boss. I mean to him, asked me to lend him money. I didn't. He paid me back. It's a boss, dude. It's a fucking boss. It wasn't a lot, it was $200. I had this guy when I was taking my cooking classes that borrowed $300 from me. Again, it's not that much. It's the fact that I lend you money. You don't care to pay me back because, again, I'm a nice guy and I let you walk all over me. It's not because somebody let you walk over them that you should walk over them. I have on TikTok, I'm killing it right now. But I understand my audience is very young. I had a mod 2 months ago. And this is disgusting. Too much reheated. I'm tired. I had a mod this about 2 weeks ago. And it was constantly being a problem in my streams. He was being rude to me, okay? He was trying to input comment without asking, okay? And then I realized that on YouTube, he was giving me views. He was giving me comments. And it was one of the only people that gave a shit. Which is cool. I appreciate that. But at the same time, you give me so much problem. I could take advantage of that. And just let it slide there. Because again, I need those views, I need those comments for me to become something. But then, you're actively abusing me on stream. Am I gonna let that? I was watching this streamer, Minody Pike. I was watching this streamer, DSP. The most small streamer. And I don't pay attention when I'm watching streams. I'm streaming myself. I watch stream because I don't need to pay attention. Besides, it's usually a lot of hours. So I'm watching those two, and those two, they have something in common. If I don't pay attention, I don't pay attention to the people in the stream. In my stream, of course, because I'm creating a relationship with them. I'm creating a bond with them. But in twos, I couldn't give two shit about who's there. Because it's not my stream. Right? And, you will have this one guy. DSP is Snow Carl's. And Snow Carl is kind of this guy who asks questions that are going against DSP. And for me, Milton Teapack, he has Neural Johnson. And Neural Johnson, although he's not like literally a troll, he's pushing the envelope a lot. For example, there's gonna be a sex, not a sex talk, but there's gonna be flirtatious, right? Because it's gonna be flirtatious between Kiki, because Milton Teapack played GTA RP, which is Kiki Chanel, which is a lady who likes ladies, and but it's flirtatious. There's gonna be Neural Johnson who's gonna ask for feedback, right? And for him, it's funny, but he's pushing the envelope. And the reason why these two guys, these two streamers, are letting these two viewers is because they contribute, right? And immediately, DSP is a bit more noble because he has this guy and his group. That's why I have to go. Nobody knows. And he has a guy and his chat is called. The person is called Derech, and Derech is DSP has a lot of detractor. And I know I'm talking in a positive matter about DSP, and I just said, well, I like Steve the Dead because Steve the Dead is a detractor of DSP, and DSP deserves it. But nobody is perfect. Nobody is completely evil. And Derech problem is, I think the guy. I don't want to be a dick. I'm not trying to make fun of that, but I think he's autistic. because he doesn't get social clues. That gets him in hot water. And GSP, a lot of people are attacking Derek because he's annoying. But again, if he doesn't know he's annoying, it's not his fault. And they're constantly attacking Derek. And DSP is protecting Derek, which is normal because Derek admittedly is a good guy. And a weird relationship with porn star, but still. Right? And it's odd because you're seeing this and you're like, holy shit, that's a good person. But then just me and like my friend who calls me every week and just say, oh, this guy, you're gonna tell me about talk about this guy, I don't even fucking know him. Right? How you break her heart. But you allowed him to break your heart. And there DSP just like me, by allowing and forgiving that sort of behavior, we're enabling it. So DSP with Derek, if Derek is being obnoxious and annoying, DSP is not enabling that. And then you're in a position where people are mad at him. They're mad at DSP because they're understanding me. And when someone in their viewer, be obnoxious, and you know, no matter what you do, DSP is gonna protect that viewer. So like, okay, well, you get mad at DSP because he enables that behavior. But in the big line, in the grand scheme of things, we're just being a good friend. In the grand scheme of things, he's not doing the behavior himself. You understand? So, again, this is a case where being too generous with people is actually a bad thing. Now, what do? That's weird. I become this complete asshole who completely focus on making a video. There's also a ton of process that, you know, those are people I'm not going to see ever again in 2 years. We're closing in December, so next year. Today is October 27th. I'm not going to see them for I'm gonna see them again for a month in a year. Say 13 months. Let's be fucking parents of a young child with. Right? And it actually sucks because I know that. And I know that whatever time I'm spending with them is completely obsolete. And which I'm not trying to be a dick. But with money, how many people I'm gonna have a friendship with after? But then again, I am socially awkward. I am socially behind. What if that 1 month was my cue to be doing something positive? Right? What if that 13 months was my last chance to be socially in a place where I could have social interaction without being weird? What if that month and a half was meant? I believe that everything is meant to something. Everything has its reason. Nothing happened for no reason, right? I was talking about it in my last week video, the VHS theory, right? And everything happened for a reason. What if the reason this is happening? What if the reason for it to be closing was because I need to learn those lessons instead of creating content? Because I couldn't create content for the next 30 years. I'm not going to have a job for the next 30 years. I'm going to have, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have jobs here and there. I'm going to do like I did before. I'm going to spend my summer really working hard. Like doing overtime. Doing fucking everything I can to get a penny. Then, when it comes to winter, I'll get unemployment. Immediately a lot less, but I can focus. Sorry. I'll do like 9 months where I'm working 6 days out of 7. And then I'll do it 3 months where I'm not working at all. Can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm full. I love the ice. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry, I'm full. Fuck. Peace.